guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be testing out some new stuff. So I just purchased the new NYX Bear With Me Blur Foundation. I have a new Kat Von D Liquid Contour. e.l.f. has sent me some new products, some new skincare, lots to try out. Ooh, this matches. So if you've yet to subscribe, be sure to do so, but let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to get started with my skincare. I haven't done it yet this morning, so I normally start my day with the Avène Clénance micellar water, where I start with any micellar water, but this is the one I've been using lately and really liking. It's great. It's a great line if you have oily, acne-prone skin. It's specifically made for adult acne. The joys. I've got a brand new serum here from Keys Soul Care, which is Alicia Keys' line. My birthday is coming up, which means Alicia's birthday is coming up, January 25th. Aquarius. The elite sign, in my opinion. This is the Truly Becoming Multi-Benefit Peptide Serum. Some may say it's not very becoming of me to talk about the superiority of an Aquarius, but some others may say that's very Aquarius of me. But I'm going to test out this serum. Really nice, kind of lightweight. It's got peptides in there. It's meant to be hydrating, so this is why it's going to be my first step for skincare. With skincare, you want to go like lightest to heaviest in terms of texture, and I always try to put down any product that has hyaluronic acid first. If I have a little bit of dewiness on my skin, that's the best way to kind of get the moisture out of it. Also going to just moisturize my lips. This is the new Pixi Botanical Garden lip gloss. I really like this. This is my new coffee table lip gloss. I always just have a lip mask or some kind of lip balm or something at my coffee table to put on at will, and this is it right now. Then I'm going to double serum this morning. So I did my hydrating serum. Now I want to do a vitamin C serum, crucial every day in my opinion. This is new from Herbivore. I love their packaging. I love this color. This is the Nova, which is their 15% vitamin C turmeric and brightening serum. And there's also an eye cream too, but I've got another eye cream that I want to show you. This is what the texture looks like. Vitamin C is one of those things that I recommend to everybody, no matter your skin type or kind of what you're looking your skin to do, sort of skin. Oh, you can smell the turmeric in this. The most pleasant, but it's not bad. And it doesn't seem to be like lingering, it's just like in putting it on my face. And then this is the anti-wrinkle eye cream from Burt's Bees. They just came out with a new line, and this has bakuchiol in it, which is basically a retinol alternative. I always start, or more recently anyways, I start with my eye cream out there and then sort of bring it in. Because I feel like whenever I go to get a facial, they're always like, do you work on a computer? And then they'll like point right here and I'm like, relax. So I start out there and bring it in. And then for my moisturizer, today I'm going to use this new one from Olay, the Hyaluronic Peptide 24 Hydrating Gel. I love Olay's skincare. Lots of great moisturizers from them, and I would say this is the moisturizer that they launched to have something like a really nice lightweight gel. Because they have tons of great moisturizers, but they haven't had one as light as this, in my opinion. Feels comparable to like Neutrogena Hydro Boost. Olay makes great skincare. I think they can get a little bit overlooked at times. Let me take the extras and put it on my elbows. Don't let your skincare go to waste. But I think they make some really great stuff. Like their retinol is one of my favorites of all time. So this moisturizer is just a great sort of do-it-all moisturizer. I'm going to let that just sink into my skin before I jump right into primer. Because normally I wouldn't do my skincare and then jump right into makeup. But for primer, I'm going to use this new one from e.l.f. It's the Power Grip Primer Plus 4% niacinamide. I have the original Power Grip, and this one is just slightly different. There's a lot more of these kind of grippy type of primers out. Oh, this one it's definitely a little thicker than the Milk one for sure. This one has almost like, yeah, this has the really grippy feel. I don't feel like the Milk primer does this. The Milk to me is more like a watery gel. Oh yeah, she's thick. Huh. Okay. Might love it or hate it, but interesting. Now this, I'm not sure. People have said that the shade runs a little bit yellow. I picked this up on Amazon. They launched it so that you could kind of pre-order. And it showed up really fast. I haven't bought a lot of makeup from Amazon because the only reason I would is if it's going to show up faster, which is, you know, kind of the benefit of Amazon. So I do appreciate that. I picked it up in the shade Caramel, which is always my shade in NYX. But is it going to be my shade today? Let's see. I mean, I hope so. It also says shake well, but it's the kind of foundation that like looks so thick. You gotta really go to town here if you want to shake it, because otherwise you can't really shake it just like this. It already looks like it's going to be substantially darker than my skin, but somebody messaged me on Instagram and said they purchased the shade below and it looked really gray. So I don't know. Oh my god, it's orange! It's fully orange. Watch me put it on my skin and it matches perfectly? No. I don't think that's gonna work. I just did all this skincare. It's orange, but oh my god. Can I make this work with concealer, etc.? I feel like I want to get a different shade for the review though. This is not. I'm gonna message my friend Cheryl because we're supposed to upload our reviews at the same time. Emily's in the litter box, so you might hear her, but I have to kind of keep going because I just want to blend it all in. I actually don't know much about this foundation, like what they're claiming. So they say that this comes in 24 buildable shades. It's matte. It says it blurs all from pores to dark spots and imperfections, breathable tint, non-greasy, shine control, transfer, fade resistant, 12 hours of hydration, vegan, glycerin, matcha, niacinamide, and orange peels. No, it looks like it though. I don't know. I feel like now that I have it on, it's not as bad, but it was jarring. I might order the shade below. There's a shade finder on the NYX website that I just tried to use that continually kept telling me it was too dark, even though I'm here in front of a million lights. Tried it in front of my bathroom, like lighting. I tried it in front of the mirror, or the window, but anyways. We'll report back on that, but I do like the way that it looks, just like this. NYX sent me, or sorry, e.l.f. sent me their new color correctors. Here's my problem with color correctors. It's always like this. It's always a light one and a deep one. I need something in the middle. I need something in the middle. Always I need something in the middle. Because it's not really, especially with color correction, like it's not really going to do what it needs to do. So, and in all fairness, you know, I don't really need a lot of color correction, if at all. I'm just more so like playing with the products, but to me, it's always very greatly missing when color correctors launch. For my concealer, not new, but one that I've really been liking lately and that I have liked quite a bit. Historically, the Even Better All Over Concealer from Clinique. This to me is a really great concealer if you don't want something too matte, you don't want something too creamy, good coverage, very easy to use. Neutral shade too. This is A70 Sand. So I'm going to pop that on. I'm going to kind of let that set, and then I'm going to use this. I picked this up recently from Sephora. It's the ModCon Gel from Kbd Beauty. Basically it's a liquid contour. And it's a gel. So when I was looking in store, I was like, wow, these shades are so dark. I know it's a lot, but it really does blend out. But then I realized, oh, they're like a gel. Very sheer and buildable and easy to use, so. Do you need to draw it all over your face like this? Not necessarily. But it does blend out well. Also, something that I picked up from Sephora on that trip is this Laura Mercier Translucent Pure Setting Spray. I don't like the mist on this. Especially from a brand like Laura Mercier. In my opinion, Laura Mercier is a very like, I mean, I don't know what Laura herself is like, but I picture it just because of the way the brand sort of, the people who like the brand, the types of products they come out with, I expect them to have like the most gentle, natural mist. And it's just not a good mister. And the problem is, it doesn't matter how good the setting spray is. If the mist sucks, or the mister sucks, then the product is kind of irrelevant, because if it's not going to be distributed onto my skin properly in tiny droplets, then it's not going to do as good of a job setting. It's definitely not going to make things meld and look even when it's not going on even itself. So that's kind of frustrating from any brand, but I'm disappointed in this one specifically. It's not that it like leaves big droplets on my face or anything either. Just be focusing on blending a little bit more. But it's just not as nice as I wanted it to be. I'm still sort of testing out this Kat Von D, but so far I'm really liking it. It honestly reminds me a little bit of the Clinique bronzing gelée that I've talked about before. Similar texture in that it's like this clear or sort of like pigmented but still sheer gel that almost stains the skin in a way, which is good for wear time. Don't really have new powder, so I just grabbed for the ones in my monthly makeup basket. If you didn't see it, that is back. That series is back. So at the beginning of every month, I'll be showing all the different like kind of new makeup that I have, old makeup, things I want to try, and kind of give you a rundown. So if you missed that, I will link it down below, but I'm going to grab this Fenty powder foundation. Been using a lot of the Too Faced one, so I thought I would start using this one to set some makeup. Definitely a very matte look right now. I might skip bronzer today and just do a little contour perhaps. I'm feeling like my skin is already quite warm, so I'm gonna skip as much bronzing as I would normally do, and I'm gonna grab this Christian Dior one. Christian Dior? When have I ever said that? I'm gonna grab this Dior highlighter. I'm gonna grab this Dior bronzer, but it really is almost like a contour. It's quite cool toned, but I don't want to add any warmth to my skin, basically. Just a little definition. And in a classic contradictory twist, to add a little warmth to my cheeks, I'm gonna use this bronzer. I didn't realize this is a bronzer, but I have it in my blush drawer. It's from Quo, Natural Tan. And I feel like they sent this to me as a bronzer, and I was like, blush, and I can make that work. It's actually such a pretty blush shade. I'm gonna give myself another spritz. While that kind of sets a little bit, before I do highlighter, Benefit has launched the Fluff Up Brow Wax. Now we know 24-hour brow setter is my life. It's my life. So how will this go? What I will say is that the brush is small on here, but it's not small like Gimme Brow, which is too small for me. This has a formula that reminds me of like all the brow things that are coming out now that kind of have that milky color to them, but dry clear, and this is supposed to be like fluffy but held in place. And you know what? They might be onto something with this. Something that the main thing, well, the two things that cause me to love the 24-hour brow setter as much as I do. Firstly, the brush. There's something about the brush that distributes the product really well, but just like styles my brows really well. Like it just works. They look fluffy. They look every which way that they're supposed to. And I feel like this is doing that. Like it just is a really nice brush, but the formula feels really good too. I feel good about this. It's exciting. Okay, and then I have Rare Beauty highlighters here. I have to say, it's funny because the foundation and concealer were the first thing I tried from Rare Beauty, and I was like, Selena, please. Selena, please. And I didn't really like it. But now I'm like, Selena, please. Send me more. Selena. I take it back. So here I am. And here she is. So I've got three different, well, there's four that she sent. The third one is really, really light, but I'm going to show you swatches of what... Oh. Ooh, those are soft. And that's not just me being dramatic, like, well, I guess it is me being dramatic, but I am inherently dramatic when it comes to makeup. I've got 3 different shades here. So on top I have Flaunt. Yeah, Flaunt is here. Has like it's the bronziest. Mesmerize, and then Exhilarate. I will say though, if Flaunt is their deepest, they definitely need a more bronzy shade. I'm not sure if there's more and they just didn't send them to me. But could be due for an even bronzier one in my opinion. I'm gonna use the highlighter brush that they sent. And boom goes the dynamite. Yeah. The TikTok girlies were right on this one. Sometimes I think they're just being dramatic for the sake of it, you know what I mean? Oh, I put on way too much. Oh my god! Okay, this is a bright highlighter. It's like, just slightly touch your face with it. I was gonna say just slightly touch yourself. No, that you do with full vigor. But this highlighter, like that's what I'm saying, like it's so bright that the fact that this is the deepest one, it definitely needs to be deeper because it has so much reflect in it that the depth almost disappears, but it's gorgeous on the skin. I was at Walmart the other day and picked up a new hard candy tinted moisturizer, and then while I was there I saw they have this teeny tiny little eyeshadow palette, so I thought I would use or grab this one. It's in the shade Burn, so very typical for me, but they had a really nice blue actually, but I thought I would grab this because I'm like, you know what, this could be amazing for travel. It's great if you're into warm shadows. I think the thing is, it's like if you've been using makeup for a while, you know that these types of warm shadow palettes are only now becoming like standard at the drugstore. Like back in my day, it was, you know, smoky eye palettes till you died. So this is very exciting to see, and I wanted to test it out. So let's see how this peach does, because shades like this, these kind of peachy shades, are one of my favorites, but don't necessarily show up that well on my skin tone. And I will do a full review of the Hard Candy Tinted Moisturizer as well. Not a brand you hear about a lot anymore. I think it's still in the US, right? Because I know NYC was in Canada for a little bit longer than it was in the US. And I think that's what I'm going to get confused with. This is actually quite pretty. Okay, and then I'm going to grab the deeper shade. Put it on the outer corner. Definitely really powdery. And I put down the Smashbox eyeshadow primer. I take a little bit of building, and I am using like a fluffy brush, not a dense one. But it's nice. Let's see what this metallic shade is. Ooh, really pretty. I mean, nobody talks about hard candy anymore in my opinion. Glamouflage concealer used to be all the rage. It's like one of the first super high coverage concealers with like a fat doe foot, I feel like. These are a little hard to open. I'm gonna put it on my inner corner. I have to say also, like these New York City New Year's Eve nails have lasted so well. Like all the gems have stayed on them with the exception of one. I can't believe it. I feel blessed. Ooh, these are pretty. You know what? I'm gonna highlight my brow bone. I never do that. Woo! Let's go. Here I am being like, TikTok girls are dramatic. And then I'm like, woo! Let's go. Look at this. For mascara, new one from e.l.f. So, I feel like I say historically a lot. In the past, I've always sort of hated e.l.f.'s mascaras. Up until more recently, I think like 2021, they started coming out with really great mascaras. They came out with like one that was in rose gold packaging that I really liked, and then they came out with Big Mood, which was even better. So now they have the e.l.f. Lash and Roll. The Only reason I have any hesitancy towards this mascara is the packaging. It just sort of looks like older e.l.f. packaging. This is what the brush looks like. Plasticky. Oh no. Oh no. Rare Beauty Highlighter drop test. It doesn't sound good, guys. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. Oh, just like that. Just like that, boys and girls. Luckily, it was the one that I didn't want. And I'm sure a friend will still happily take that, but that's really sad. Anywho, e.l.f. Lash Roll. I just, for some reason, I don't feel as good about this one. They also launched Luminous Putty Bronzers. I love the original Putty Bronzer, but because I was using the Kat Von D today, I skipped out on the Luminous, but stay tuned for that. It looks pretty. It looks really shimmery. Okay, so as I sort of suspected, this isn't my favorite. It's just not giving me enough volume, I think. But definitely lots of definition. It really just sort of depends on the, like, obviously on your lashes, but also on the lash look that you're going for. There's nothing wrong with this. I think it looks really pretty. I just want more. If you're going for an e.l.f. mascara, get the Big Mood, in my opinion. If you tend to like the same mascaras as me. Big Mood is phenomenal. And Big Mood waterproof too. And then I just grabbed for the Essence Lash Princess. This is the purple one. Sculpted volume. I watched a girl the other day on TikTok, by the way, cut off her bottom lashes. I didn't know that was a thing. Like, that people hate their bottom lashes and hate them that much. Like, wow. I don't like it looking really heavy under the eyes, but, you know, to each their own. And then for lips, Colourpop BFF3. And then I'm going to use one of these NARS Power Matte lipsticks. They're like the lipstick version of the liquid lipsticks. This one is in Sweet Disposition, not Deposition. Too much crime television. A little more pink than I intended. What about a little American Woman on top? Yeah, I think this is more. Okay. Here's the finished look. Let me know what you think, and let me know what you think I should do about the NYX. Should I try and buy a shade down? I looked, and the next shade down is sold out on Amazon, and ironically, because it looked like Amazon was going to ship like too long, I also ordered from the NYX website, but I ordered this same shade from the NYX website. Assuming that if I'm caramel in one, I'm caramel in another. You know what I mean? But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you'd like to see the full review. It's going to be coming either way. Like, I think I can definitely pull this shade off, but I don't know. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!